So this next story is going to take you back to where days were simple. Yes, that's right, I'm talking about the 5th grade. The 5th grade involved me being a trumpet player. Believe it or not, I am musically talented. That's actually a complete lie. I am not musically talented, to say in the least. Many people would say you blame it on fate. It's just not who you were destined to be. You were not destined to be musically talented. Well, you know what? I disagree. I don't think this has anything to do with fate. I think it has everything to do with the fact that I was ripped off in my band experience. So it's the 5th grade. I'm doing okay as a trumpet player. Nothing phenomenal, but you know, it's 5th grade. I'm not supposed to be phenomenal at this point. And you know, I'm learning the notes C and D, E, F, G. I learned all of those just fine, and I'm understanding how they work. However, now we come up to the 8th grade. Yes, that's right. It is now the wonderful 8th grade. And I come across this note. I'm not entirely sure what the fingering is. I knew all of my notes from A to G, and I knew my fingerings for them, but I didn't know my sharps and flats that well. But what I did learn from the others around me that were not so impressive as me is that you can flip to the back of the book, and there you can find the fingerings to every note you need. So that's precisely what I did. Flipped to the back of my book and found the fingering that I needed. But there was one small problem. All the fingerings weren't what I remembered. They were all different. And I didn't know what to do. I panicked. So I started flipping through all of my music and writing the fingerings down for every single note that I saw in the back of the book. And I had been playing music wrong this whole entire time. So I went through the rest of the semester redoing my notes, completely redoing my notes and relearning them. What I didn't realize is the fingering chart I was looking at, it wasn't for trumpets. I relearned the trumpet completely wrong, and I played through like every concert with the fingerings completely wrong. One day, I got a stand buddy. The stand buddy came next to me, and he started reading my fingerings. And this is what he says to me. What are these fingerings? These are wrong finger. No, man, that ain't right. These fingerings are wrong. Oh, it's wrong. I had to relearn the trumpet again. But now I could not separate the correct notes that I once learned with the wrong notes that I have now learned, and they were all jumbled together, and I could not decipher what note was right and which one was wrong. But semester ended. Another summer went by. I'm now in high school. Oh. Yep. As you can guess, I did not score very high on my chair test. No. I scored terrible on my chair test. They basically put me in the bottom. There were a couple people behind me, but the people behind me were the people that didn't even try the chair test. I was basically last chair next to these people that wanted to be last chair and didn't care about band. I was now the most miserable trumpet player ever. You don't understand. The chair tests were with your entire section too. So the rest of your section had to listen to you try and play this piece. Is that a C? Oh, I'll play it. Oh, is that right? Is this the end you play on? Because I'm pretty sure it's this and oh no. But you see, it gets worse. Because in my school, there's 2 band sections. There's the crappy band, if you will, or the freshman band. And then over here you have the Wind Symphony, and the Wind Symphony is where you want to be. That's the place where dreams become reality like Disney. That is the Disney realm of band. I was in the freshman band until my junior year. I was in this terrible band for 3 years. But one day, in the middle of my junior year, I decided to step up because you know what? I am not in this freshman band. I am the Disney World Symphony. That's what I am. So that is exactly what I did. I went to my teacher and I said, you think it's possible if, you know, you could move me up to the Wind Symphony? And he said exactly what I expected him to. Yeah, of course. That's tomorrow at 5 a.m. Why don't you play for me and we'll see how you are and then we'll move you up. Alright? Sounds good. Not only was I given 5 a.m. to play, but I actually have to play for him to move up. This is a nightmare. Disney World just turned to the dark side where Darth Vader now lingers and says, "Join me in the dark realm of Disney World." And I'm like Luke, saying, "I'll never join you." I said, "I'll give it a shot. You know what? I'll give it my best shot." The next morning I came in. He started off saying, "Let's start you off easy. Why don't you play B-flat major scale?" I know B-flat major scale. I played him the best dang B-flat major scale I ever could. And he goes, all right, sounds pretty good. Well, why don't we try this scale? I don't remember what scale it was. All I know is the scale was of the devil. I played the first 4 notes beautifully. The 5th note, I had blah. What fingering is that? It's just the first finger. Just the first. Yes, just the first finger, Joel. You got this. Joel, you're playing too hard. Just play the right finger. This is one. So I powered through it. Every note sounding just as miserable as the first. All I was ready for was failure. And then a glitter of hope sparkled in my eye. Yes, that's right. Because he said these next words. It wasn't that great. It was actually pretty atrocious. Actually, that was probably 5th grade level. That was pretty bad, okay? But you know, if you just memorize the scales, I think you have potential. He thought I had potential. And you know what? I think I'm gonna move you up, alright? It seems like you really want it, and since you really want it, you know, why don't we just move you up? Just put you in last chair and make sure you play really quiet so that no one ever hears you. I was moved up the very next day. I was in the Wind Symphony. Life was great. Life was great. So Destiny, you may want to hold me back. But you're not going to. I'm gonna keep moving up. Keep moving up. That was my lips, not the trumpet.